This is a story that has always intrigued me for many, many years because it's the story of a man that had every reason to be a victim and every reason to quit and give up. Being sold into slavery by your own brothers, lied upon, sent to the dungeon for something you didn't do. What hope is there of living and doing what's right? Why would anybody want to feel like life was worthwhile at that point? But that was not his perspective. Here's a man that recognized that he had a hope and a future, and he made a commitment to do the right thing no matter what the circumstances. What he did not understand along his life's journey, that the unfortunate things that were happening to him were really training material. It was heart and character training for him to become the second most powerful man in the world. Well, there's a direct overlay because Black people in America have experienced 400 years of systemic struggles, slavery, oppression, institutional racism. And once again, just like Joseph, we are people that really have a great hope and a future. We are tremendously significant people. And when we make the decision that we're going to do the right thing, the circumstances notwithstanding, then the results are the same. And I think once again, in the last 100 years, we've seen amazing people that have risen from the degradation of the social conditions in America that have become great. And if you look into the stories of those individuals, in most cases, that's what you'll find. People who recognize that they were someone, that God loved them, they had a purpose, and they were going to fully do their part. And God honored that and took them from the ash heap of life to the pinnacle of life. It tells us that God is a God who rewards suffering, particularly where humanity is concerned. And when we take a look at the Black experience, we see something extraordinarily unique. First of all, 1526, which was exactly 500 years ago from where we are today in 2026, was the year that mass transatlantic slavery took place off of the continent of Africa to the Western Caribbean nations, and then, of course, on to North America and South America. For 500 years, over an estimated of 15 million people that were involved in one of the most horrific experiences that has ever existed in mankind. The tragedies, the trauma, the impact of that particular experience in human history and the way that it has affected a people has sent ripple effects all the way through our culture. We are all affected by that. I can be in a conversation with a friend of European descent, and he can tell me about his genealogy and go back 1,000 years to Charlemagne or someone in Europe that he had is in his bloodline. But beyond 400 years, I cannot say, because the names of my people were cut off during that time period. And so that impact in and of itself, the things that we've already talked about, the impact to me as an individual, the impact to all of us as individuals, is really a great tragedy. And yet the God of history was not the author of that tragedy. So it is a wonderful and comforting thing to know that the God of history has a way of restoring people that he has created with a purpose. And that is what we are on the precipice of experiencing right now. We are on the precipice of experiencing a way that The only I can think of is that of the children of Israel in the book of Exodus, who for 400 years were in slavery. And God determined that he had heard their cries and that they needed to come out of that system. And he brought them out and eventually rolled away the reproach from what they had gone through so that they could walk into their redemptive future. We as a people are on the precipice right now of being delivered from the reproach of everything we've been through for the last 500 years into the redemptive purpose for which we have been created. And I think the music and the athletes of those that have become prolific as Black people, they are just a testament. They are a down payment. They are the examples of the life capital that the Lord is willing and ready to disperse upon our people. Black people, in my opinion, are a sleeping giant because I believe that we are still in the process of trying to figure it out. We're sleeping because we haven't really come to a place of understanding identity and purpose in the most optimal way. And as we continue to go down the road of this decade, as we continue to deal with the external circumstances, the historical things that are taking place in our nation and around the world, then I believe that it will have the force of really causing us to really examine ourselves, examine where we're going, why we're doing what we're doing. And I believe that there will be a coming together, a galvanization of our people, a percentage of our people to just recognize that, hey, it is really time for us to move in a different direction. In the book, I call it an awakening. And I believe that we're in the process of an awakening. And once that takes place, then we begin to realize that the changes, the keys to what we're going with, they're not out there with other people. We have the keys in our very own hand. And once we figure that out, we're going to change the world. We as a people are called to operate in the character of love and work for the benefit of all people because of what we have gone through. When you go through things that are really difficult, when you experience human suffering, when you experience deprivation, when you experience those kinds of things, they put you in a position to have a dimension of compassion and empathy for others that you wouldn't otherwise have. And given what we have gone through in the last 500 years, we are uniquely equipped to understand human suffering, to understand human pain, to understand the complexities of life that all people go through. And the most beautiful thing about love is that love, it reaches beyond boundaries and it enables us to connect to the humanity of people across the board. Because at the end of the day, all of us that are of the species of humanity, we are really far more alike than we are different. And we as a people, because of the things that I have just said, we have the ability to create a community of shared values that is based on love and compassion that will enable all people to respect humanity in a significantly greater way than we have it right now. At this particular time in history, there is these ideologies that really are designed to divide and separate and categorize people based on culture. But we as a people have the ability to break those barriers down. And as I've said in previous recordings, we've already seen that. We've seen examples of people like you think about the great athletes that have come on the scene that are Black or African American people. They're able to break down barriers in a way that is simply extraordinary. And that is because that is a part of our DNA. The prophecy is that at this time in human history, the hand of God is upon us. It's upon us for experiencing a work of healing and restoration as a people. It's upon us for being recompensed and rewarded for centuries of suffering and shame and reproach. The hand of God is upon us for being committed to walk in the new as we go forward, the new redemptive character, where the fruit of that redemptive character impacts all people. The hand of God is upon us for partnering with him through all of the nations to be a source of hope and healing for all people. The hand of God is upon us for being a people who, quote, I'm quoting now from the Bible, rebuild the ancient ruins and restore the foundations that have been broken down for many generations. We have the ability to partner with God to do this in all the societies of the world because we are uniquely qualified to do it in a way that no people group is qualified to do it because of what we have walked through. I would say surrender to the person God has called you to be, because this is your hour in human history. I hope you will subscribe to my social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and you can find my book on my website at gregldavis.com, or you could find it at amazon.com, barnesandnoble.com, goodreads.com, readerhouse.com, bookshop.org. And I hope you will read the book and engage in dialogue with me. You can write me at info@gregldavis.com. Thank you, and God bless you and your family.